hello, however you want to say it. Never matters. Again, what is this giant doohickey behind me, you might ask? Well, this is a Pump It Up cabinet. Pump It Up being one of the great modern music games. It was actually started by Andamiro back in 1999 as a competitor to DDR. And we are playing the current version of the game, Phoenix, which was released 2.5 years ago in 2023. We do have a nice little theme refresh right here where we updated the logo to 2024, get a nice blue cool color, so it's fun. But this is my favorite rhythm game. You've probably seen me play this a lot. If you're not, you're gonna have a good time regardless. Anyways, I have two wonderful commentators. If y'all can introduce yourselves real quick.
Hi, I'm Haru. You hear me a lot when Zillooo does his showcases, so we'll try to do our best, but I saw that next runner and I feel that.
Hello, I'm V Kim. I'll be commentating for this run, and I am considered Haru's and ZELLLOO's dance game son.
Thank you. Just in advance, you're grounded.
Again.
Anyways, so I'll break down how the showcase is going to work because this is not a traditional speed run. I have 18 songs on this list. Actually, 19 now because y'all met the donation incentive for the level 27 boss song. So thank you for that. I get to suffer through an extra 2.5 minutes of pain in a fun way. But I'm going to play these 19 songs back to back, just play through, just have some fun. Haru and Vincent are going to just take it away on the commentary. And we'll just have some fun. That's all we need to do. So, but with that, we can go ahead and start the timer, and I'll take it away from here.
Yay, best of luck!
Let's go, ZELLLOO.
So, as this is an arcade machine, you may notice that Zillooo had to start a credit and he will have to restart it every 5 songs. That's just how it works. You can do event mode when it's 1 song per somewhat credit, but it's not convenient and it doesn't have scores. So we started with an original tune. It was the first BMS in Pop.
Yeah, that was
Kinda
that's quite
nice and
insane
chill song.
at the time when it was added. Yeah, by a
First
Korean
song in
producer.
Japanese as well.
It's more common than you think, especially nowadays.
So this, yeah. So Zillooo is starting somewhat in the low middle of the difficulty range of this game. The range goes from 1 to 26 when you play on just one side of the platform, and this step chart is at 15. There's not much hard going on, it's just some small runs here and there. Runs is when you have a lot of steps going sequentially, like pretty fast. But this song is not so fast, it's only 135 BPM, beats per minute.
I mean, it's like a good, comfy mid-tempo song.
Yeah, it's good introductory for me. So, some people have problems, we'll see in a bit. Pumped up charts, they tend to have difficulty spike at the end, and this one right here does not disappoint. You get some sideway runs, but once you start on it and if you keep your tempo steady, it's pretty comfortable.
Right. Yeah.
And to everyone who watches this and is amazed, just remember, this is level 15 and the game starts at level 1. So if you want to try it, there is much easier stuff in the game, don't be scared. The difficulty curve is very comfy in Pump It Up.
It's correct.
And we get all perfect score.
The perfect million.
Yeah, Pump It Up changed its scoring system in Phoenix, so now we have a fixed maximum score of 1 million, we don't have to guess. That's
Right.
how the old system worked. Still going up in difficulty, this is level 17, and many of you probably know this song because it's a
Very iconic. It's
popular
this song has been around for I don't know exactly how long, but it's the fact that it's still so impactful today is insane. This was probably probably one of the best decisions that they made to include this song.
It's a good song, it plays
Yeah,
really
and
well,
I'm glad they
it has
added
very
this
fun
music
step
video
charts.
in.
Yeah, when they originally edited to Japanese version of the game, it was slightly different and
Right.
Japanese players were not happy with that. So now we have original video. So here you can see Zillooo starts moving his body around more. There's more twist in this difficulty, even though BPM is roughly the same. That's why it's harder. In reality, the twists were more condensed. You just stay on the side and slightly shuffle your feet. Here you have to move your whole body because it twists you around.
You'll probably notice a lot of like short holds or just holds in general in this chart, and you're probably wondering, wow, how is he getting so many combo in those holds? So this game has something what's called ticks in those holds, and that's why he's getting a lot of combo with each hold.
Yeah, in Pump you don't want to miss the hold because you can instantly game over on some of the bigger ones. But there is a bonus. Usually you don't have to accurately step on the head of the hold because they are automatically perfect or miss.
Right, it's either you get a perfect or a miss.
Well, sometimes step makers are trying to get around it and put steps in front of hold.
Right.
Sometimes they're visible,
they like to be a little sneaky about that. Or if you're playing the Pump It Up Rise on Steam, they made the holds forced, so that's that can be proven to be a bit of a challenge also.
Yes, and Amiro just recently got into PC market and they released a beta version of Pump It Up Rise on Steam. It's on sale right now, so if you're interested, please go check them out. And yeah, the mechanics on Steam are slightly different and are more what you need in other games.
Right, it's a lot more timing focused. The judgment is stricter.
And they also adjusted a lot of step charts to make it more convenient to play on controller or on keyboard.
Oh, I see we got a classic here. Turkey March.
Yes, early Pump It Up was very known for classic remixes, and this is one of the more known ones. Zillloo went up in difficulty again, and you will see very twisty twist here, like, Zilloo's gonna be impressed.
Also, a little fun fact about this chart that he's playing, the person who wrote this chart is the one playing it right now, as you're seeing.
Yes, and Amira used to have some content creation contests, so you could make a step chart, and if it passes the judges and people's judgment, it could be added to the game. And we also had songs from the contests made by people, and some characters were added as well.
Yeah, that's the one really cool thing about Pump It Up, is there's a lot of community made content and how much they try to push for a lot of that. So
yeah, that's how they find step makers nowadays. They just look at their custom steps, and if the person resides in Korea, yeah, you're good to go if you're doing good stuff. One bonus of the song being old, it's very short. Songs in older days used to be much shorter than they are now.
It's like average like 1.5 minutes like back in the day, but now it's like 2 minutes,
average
like
of 2
4 minutes, might as well be like an hour.
Almost score, just one miss somewhere. It's funny how the game still says absolutely perfect. No game. Yeah, we always like to poke fun about that.
It's a Korean-made game after all. Ooh, we got a little bit of a scary song here.
Yeah, it's a bit too late for Halloween, but it's a good song, so we take it. This was moved to Pump It Up from a different game during a crossover event that happened a couple games ago when they exchanged songs between several games.
This song came from O2 Jam, which is a very classic like keyboard Korean rhythm game. And lots of crazy kind of like stops, and we see the vanishing gimmick here. This chart pulls a lot of tricks on you.
Yeah, Pump It Up likes to do a lot of visual stuff to make your life harder when you play. Like, if you play some other games like Cytos or DDR, you may know slowdowns and speed-ups in DPM, but Pump goes farther than that. We have stops, we have vanish, we have wave gimmicks, we have a lot of things.
That just goes to show that the Step team just loves to have fun when it comes to writing these charts.
But it's a really fun song to play with. It also has some BPM changes, so it will speed up at the end.
Oh, there's a nasty twist right there.
Yeah, so you can also notice there are 3 arrows at the same time on screen, and you may wonder, how are you supposed to press it? And the answer is, you use one foot to press 2 panels. Because Pump It Up has X kind of layout, it's much easier to reach between panels, especially when it's one of the panels and
right.
the center panel. Some people can also reach the side panels, but you need bigger shoe size and very flat.
Yeah,
pads.
sometimes I envy those players, but other times it's like there's advantages and disadvantages of having like small and big feet. Just a matter, it's just like it just defines your play style. So.
Well, when you get big feet, many people complain that they keep triggering other panels, and that's a disadvantage.
Level 21.
So it all depends.
But yeah, back in the old days, a lot of people would just hit those 3 arrows, or we would call them brackets. Just like they would go down with their hands. Because back in the day,
yeah,
that's just how we did it.
Back in the day, we would call them hands.
Yeah, and not brackets. The bracketing came from in the old style pads, because what he's playing right now is what's called the new style bracketless pads. So the old style pads are very similar to pretty much what you see in DDR pads today. In the corners they had like these triangle brackets to hold down those panels, and that's what we called them brackets. So.
Yeah, because you use your foot to bracket between two panels.
Yeah, and I remember when these pad design was first rolled out with this new cab design. Like a lot of people kind of had some trouble like adjusting to the new style pads.
Yeah, you have hard time finding yourself where you are on the pad because everything's so flat and there's no anchors on the pad to feel where you are. ZELLLOO's playing a really cute song, but it's also very fast, so he has to drill in some places. It's what, 246 BPM?
Yeah, it's a fast song, and we'll be seeing that here actually.
Well, that run is slightly slower because it's not 16th notes, but the drills are. I think.
Yeah, those drills are definitely faster.
And you have nice gallops. Tum, 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 tum.
And look, they're in love.
Yeah, Pump It Up is known to have very cute backgrounds, especially for older songs when they put like renowned animators to make backgrounds. This one is really cute. I believe it's an animator from DJ Max. Coffee Milk?
I think so. I wouldn't be surprised, because there's a lot of overlap, especially in the Korean rhythm gaming development scene.
Yeah. And if the host has any messages right now, it would be a good time.
Absolutely. I would just like to remind everybody that we currently have a big milestone up on the tracker. We are aiming for over $3,792 by the end of the marathon, and that will beat Fast Pace for Headspace 2021. We're only just under $600 away from that, I believe, if I'm doing my host math quickly, which host math is notoriously unreliable. But we are close. So, folks, get your donations in. Choose our target in our poll, because, again, Fever and Chill, very close together. So, get those donations in. Give this runner some love, because this is impressive stuff that's happening up here. And, yeah, that's about it. Take it away.
So we move to another song. This is a recent addition to the game, and it's very known in circles of, say, my players. Very mini song.
Yeah, this producer's known to make some pretty funny songs, especially coming from the BMS world.
Yeah, it's also really fast, but for some reason the BPM says only 100.
Yeah, don't let that fool you, as we're clearly saying here.
This is very fast, and it's also tricky with the rhythms because the music is like that. And Zillooo also has to hold while drilling
Right.
those drills.
Lots of
Remember, you
tech
don't-
right here.
Yeah, remember you don't want to get those holds lost because you will get lots of misses and may even end your game, especially if you're not playing in premium mode and will get stage break on. So in Pump It Up, if you play in premium mode in Phoenix, if your life bar drops to 0, you still can finish your song, unlike some other games. But if you're not in premium mode, then your game will be over once the life bar goes to 0, so try to not do that.
It can especially get frustrating if you're
What?
playing on just normal mode, like at the arcade, especially since you're paying for your credit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so life bar is that rainbow thing up top. But you don't see it dropping because Zillooo is doing really well. Look at those runs, so clean. And also some twists here and there. Remember, it's really fast.
oh, and nailed the final bracket ending too.
Looking at Zilloo's reaction, it could be FPC. Yes, it is. All perfects on level 22. Chat, let's give Zilloo some applause. It's an amazing play. And Zilloo is very happy to get it in one try because this step chart is tricky. You saw all the rhythms and those twists at 220 BPM.
Level 22, level 23.
Now we're moving to another old
Oh,
classic.
This is
Chimera.
very infamous. It's still today.
I still think musically this is one of the best boss songs. Like, it's epic, you know something scary is coming.
Yeah, especially for
you.
a classical remix. Dang, Yop here did a good job just kind of making the song a lot more intimidating.
Yeah, back when this song was released, they were still figuring out how to progress with the movement and Pump It Up, how to make charts that work. So this is a very experimental one, especially considering there were not many, if any, songs this fast back in
Yeah.
the day. So they just didn't know what to do with it, and they tried. Some of it worked, some of it didn't, but we still like Chimera.
I just want to say real quick,
a
this
thing.
being a classical remix, I wonder what Mozart would actually think of this when he saw it.
I don't know what Mozart would do, but Beethoven would spin.
Yeah, this chart is what I like to call a product of its time because this debuted like in a very experimental like charting style, like overall lots of experimentation, and I'm actually very good friends with the person who wrote this chart. It's really funny. He was just telling me how because I was just asking him about like a lot of questions, and we just got to like the origin of Chimera, and I was just like, so how did this chart like come to be? And it was basically just like, well, this took like 3 to 4 months for me to write, only because largely I did not know what I was doing at the time. It was kind of like the first chart of its time. It was supposed to be really hard, and I would keep going back and forth with both the step team lead and the producer of the game, who the producer also made this song, and they just kept telling me to make it harder every time I kept having the chart checked over by them. So, and this is how we got here.
Yeah, the hard thing about this, like making charts like this, is when you see it in the editor, it looks fine. It would even flow if the song was 20 BPM slower, but when you actually try it on the pad, it's yow. Yeah, that's how one of my friends described the double 26 for Chimera. It works on paper, but when you play it, it's painful.
It's a completely different story.
And look at ZELLLOOO going. He's actually doing the twist because he's an old school player, so he's just going with what he's used to. And here he has to go down and use his hands because it's 5 panels hit. You have to hit all the 5 panels, and our pad is not as flat to just slam it.
Excellent! You did a really great job!
That's a really good score.
It really is.
Double S.
Talented game.
Next stage.
Yeah, so you see those words on the screen. They pretty much mark how many misses or non-misses you got.
Level 23.
The best play is perfect game, then there's ultimate game, other games, many games, there's 8 of them. And since they're new, we're still not very comfortable memorizing all of them.
Yeah. I see ZELLLOO's taking it further with the difficulty with further.
Yeah, and you may notice ZELLLOOO did something in the menu. So he adjusted the timing of his judgment to compensate for the sync of this song, because this song is really late, and if you don't adjust the timing, you will get a lot of grades and may get even misses from falling behind.
And Pump handles their basically like their sync a little differently than, or rather significantly differently than like a bunch of other games where they mainly offer visual sync. This one I believe, you can correct me on this, judge timing I believe changes the sync of the chart.
I think it changes when the judgment works,
Okay.
not when the...
Yeah.
So it's a bit weird. It's not like it changes it visually from what I got.
Right, it's just changing like your judgment line.
Yeah.
Which helps because there's you know, not every cabinet is made the exact same, so like you can have like 2 completely same modeled cabinets.
Yeah.
And then both of them can have entirely different monitors, because the company who manufacture these will go through whatever batch of equipment that they can try to get in bulk for each production run. So
hardware for Pump It Up is somewhat standardized, but there were so many versions, and arcades like to keep versions until it completely breaks, so you may be in very different conditions from somebody else. From inside of the cabinet, from the monitor, from many things. So reminder, this is level 24 on singles, and the highest level on one side is 26. This is almost the hardest chart for one platform. I have a fun fact in chat that I would like to read. Thank you for this. So the person in chat says, fun fact, Mozart would likely love it. He rebelled a lot in his music career and wrote music to get reactions out of people.
Hey,
that's regarding Chimera.
There we go.
Thank you.
Oh, I see ZELLLOO's having some issues trying to keep timing with drills, and if you lose your timing on like drills in particular, you can get like a stream of whatever judgments you're doing. So let's say like you start getting like greats or goods on like a drill run, you will just start streaming like greats or goods, and that's kind of hard to get out of.
Yeah, if you just skip one step or mistrigger the panel, it gets escalated from there, and it's hard to get out of it because the drill is constant. Once you hit one timing window, it just goes and goes. But still, that was very few misses, only that judgment getting off Godzilla. But remember, it's a very hard song. ZELLLOOO performed very well.
Oh, the step ball is green. We are entering the world of doubles. Uh-oh, is he using 2 sides at once?
Yes. Well, pump players are known to be octopi, so it's normal for us.
Why settle for 5 arrows? You can just do 10.
Yep. Yeah, this is a very nice song, and ZELLLOOO went down in difficulty to not scare us for now, and to also have some break, because he has to play a whole hour non-stop.
Right, and we
Imagine
also
how
reached
hard
that
it is.
incentive a while back. So yeah, Charity.
Yeah, we met the incentive, so at the end of the showcase, ZELLLOOO will attempt to play double level 27. And on doubles, the scale goes from level 4 to level 28. This is just a middle ground 16, but it's not a very easy 16 for modern players because it requires you to twist a lot. And usually when you twist and you're not very familiar with the chart, you want to lower your reading speed a bit so you have time to react and don't hurt yourself. Because if you move too sharp in Pump It Up, there is a real danger to hurt yourself, so be careful.
ZELLLOOO is doing a pretty good job keeping his posture, especially with those pretty rough pivoting and twisting.
Yeah. Also reminder, if you play physically hard games like Pump It Up, don't forget to hydrate, it's important.
Yes, please, stay hydrated. Water will be your best friend. Because you'll never realize how much of a workout you're really getting, especially for a game like this.
Yeah, you may notice calorie count on the result screen, but it's been calculated back in the day when the playstyle was completely different, so nowadays it's not fully accurate, but you can divide it in half, and that's roughly how many calories you spend per song.
Next stage.
Yeah, they're counting these in kilocalories, or you could say Korean calories. That's what some of my other friends would say. That's that's funny.
That was funny, I never heard that one.
Oh, we got a banger here.
Yeah, this is a really fun song.
Yeah, this
I
artist,
believe-
well, I should say two artists
I
are
believe
quite
the Canadian
known.
artists.
Yeah, they're both Canadian, Jamie and Meaty D.
Yeah, they're known for the scene. I know Jamie likes dance games, in particular DDR, a lot, and she has a song in DDR as well, at least one.
I think either one or two. I know one of them is it's called Top the Charts, and then they made Pop the Track as a sequel,
Yeah,
and we have it for Pump, so it's
happens. Yeah, this step chart is also pretty unique because it has some very stretchy runs. On doubles, there's many possibilities on how you can move, unlike singles where you can just go straight or twist or you can have some breaks.
right.
On doubles, you can stretch and even as far as farthest diagonal panels. I don't think we're gonna see this today, but Pump It Up makes you stretch.
But at least
Yes,
the
it's very
layout
fun.
makes it more natural when you're transitioning across pads.
Yeah. Yeah, doubles flow much more naturally on Pump It Up because the middle section is better for transitions and there's much more movement combinations you can do with it.
Right. I mean, shoot. I mean, we have like players who would even say that they love doubles more than singles, even.
Like me.
And same for me.
And same for ZELLLOOO. Yay, double lovers.
There's also this won't be shown in this showcase. I don't believe so, but there is another mode that makes use of the doubles mode called co-op, which is they're color-coded charts that multiple players can play on. So like one player can be red arrows and the second player can be blue arrows, and you are basically coordinating together to play a co-op chart.
Yeah, just one quick note about this step chart. At the end we saw a quad jump with 4 panels, so each of your feet had to press 2 panels.
Right.
In doubles, this is more possible because there is more panels that are adjacent to each other. But there are also sextuple and even octuple hits where you have to use hands. I don't think we're gonna see any of those either.
New
Anyways, if the host got any messages, it would be good time now as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I would just like to remind everybody that we are raising money for GATE. GATE is an incredible charity that helps trans, gender diverse, and intersex people all over the world. So if you are enjoying this run, send a message of support, and also you will be helping a fantastic cause in the meantime. And remember to mark your incentives.
And by the way, two of the artists in this showcase are trans, so trans rights.
Trans rights are human rights. I'm sure our favorite seagull, Jonathan, can agree.
Yes, Jonathan is good for us. So this song was a goodbye song for Fiesta EX. It was released in the last update. And it was very sweet to have a goodbye song like this.
Right. I remember when people saw this background video, it was just like a seagull just like soaring in the skies. Everyone was just like, what in the world? I was like, is this supposed to be a joke? And then I'm just like, hey, don't talk bad things about my boy Jonathan right here.
Well, they probably don't know the story of Jonathan.
Oh, right. And his tragic fate.
Yep. But this step chart is not as old as the song itself. It was added later in newer games. In older Pump It Up, we had limited slots for step charts, but then they expanded the scale and started adding more and more step charts per song. Some songs even have as many as 13 step charts.
Up and there's our run.
Yeah, in Pump, they don't always follow the music to the T, but more often they follow, as we can say, the vibe of the song.
Right.
When there's more intensity, you will have more steps, even if in the music it's not exactly what's going on.
Right. It's almost like as if like you're kind of creating your own rhythms, in a way.
Yeah, you're complementing the music then following it in some spots. Like Rush Hour that we've seen earlier on, it was more about following music, just because how fast the song is, that's where the difficulty came from. And here, you just complement the music with your stomps.
One great away this time, instead of one miss away from earlier.
Next stage.
And now we're entering a gimmick section, as you call it. So we saw some small visual gimmicks earlier, like vanish when the arrows disappeared. And now the whole song is a visual gimmick. This one in particular, all the arrows will be smashed together, but you have to keep the rhythm in your head, because there are stops, so the arrow stops and then goes again, and you have to keep it in mind. More of a brain game than stamina game.
Yeah, a lot of memorization to do here.
Or if you know the song really well. But to be fair, it's a really good song. Also one of the more recent additions to Pump It Up, but the song itself is pretty old and been in many other games.
Yeah, I remember when I first discovered the song in, I believe, Tone Sphere.
I keep forgetting it's in Tone Sphere. Like, I play Tone Sphere a lot and I always keep forgetting it's in there.
Yeah.
I always remember Chrono Shuffle, but not Tone Sphere. Probably because it has different visual in Tone Sphere.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah, I'm a visual person, so I can remember what color the banner was, but I may forget the song's name.
Oh, we see ZELLLOO jumping all around the pads here.
Yeah, not only he has to keep the rhythms in his head, the rhythms are pretty complicated, and there are some brackets here and there.
The one cool thing about this song and Pump It Up Phoenix is if you play some of the lower charts, they are basically the same chart but just without all the stops. like some different patterns here and there, but like if you want to get like an idea of like the rhythms and like the song and stuff, then that's a really good way to practice.
Yeah, in Pump It Up, while they try to make your life harder with gimmicks, they also try to make your life easier. They either have an easier chart that shows you exactly the same pattern so you can learn, or they have some markers in the step chart which say like, stop is here, you know, if there are 2 taps there will be stop in there, or the pattern repeats itself, so that's another way to help you with reading. And this was another perfect game.
Level
To
20.
be fair, ZELLLOO loves this song a lot. And now we're gonna see pretty much opposite of what we've seen now. The arrow's gonna be stuttering and moving pretty fast.
Right. So don't trust me on this one. Your stream is okay. It's just this is just how the chart was designed.
Yeah, don't be scared, your bitrate is fine. That's exactly what ZELLLOO is seeing on the screen. And song is also very, very popular among the players. Mostly because once you get the hold of the gimmick, it's one of the easier levels in each difficulty for this song. Though it takes some time to learn those whole steps, because when you just start learning Pump It Up, you learn to alternate your feet, and here you pretty much forced to double step. Not quite intuitive at first. I know some people who also get stumbled with the stuttering gimmick. I guess it can be a problem if you can't see 60 FPS, which I can.
Right. If anyone is wondering what language this song is in, I believe this is in Indonesian.
It's Tagalog. It's in Tagalog.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and the composer Dasu, she not only composes the song, she makes videos, she draws for the videos, like, she's awesome and talented. You know who else is talented? ZELLLOO is talented.
Yeah,
You can
as
see that huge combo.
a talented gamer, a talented person.
Yay! I did not break the combo with my words. And it's another perfect game.
And that was 86.
86 is also a good anime. You probably should check it out. I really like it.
Yeah. I would make a funny joke and say, sorry, no 6-7 here, but I saw that the BPM for the song is 167, so I guess we can't escape that.
Yep.
So,
Yep. I don't know if it's connected or not, but it's there.
oh, another crossover song from O2 Jam. This one's a very special chart too.
Yeah, it's also a pretty famous song from another game. It's also a really good song.
Yeah, it is a very timeless song.
I got a new background in Pump It Up though, and people really love the two characters. They're cute. This chart originally came from a mission mod, but people liked it so much that it was just added later to arcade. And you also saw ZELLLOO kept, and keeps right now, stepping on the panel while the arrow seemed to be stopped. This is one of the things you mostly see in missions, and that's why you see it in this chart, because it came from the mission.
Right.
So mission mode in Pump It Up, it's the things from older games when you had a special mode with either visual gimmicks or some special requirement, and sometimes you would get rewards like unlocks from playing those missions. Sometimes you just play them for fun if you get bored from the game, but nowadays the game is so big you probably won't ever get bored with it, unless you play it all the charts. But you would take a lot of time to do that. I believe if we count all the levels from 1, it would be about 4,000 or 5,000 charts.
Oh, I see. We got a little bit of a tap hold action
Yeah,
there.
that's what I mentioned earlier when Stepmaker wants you to step on the hold they place. Step. And gladly in this one you can see those steps. Sometimes you can't.
And of course, what's your typical pump chart with that? Quite a tough, little challenging run at the end.
Yeah, small run. And here it scares you. It says, "How there's more notes." Now there are no more notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Pump It Up you can make a small trick, place notes after the song ends and just put a stop in there. And you can see the notes, but you don't have to press them. Old trick, but still funny.
Level 23.
We're moving another one level up. This is double 23 and it's pretty fast.
See that ZELLLOO's having to adjust his judge timing for the song.
Yeah, the song was released during Prime, and Prime is notorious to have sync for most of the songs very late, so if you know the song came from Prime, you probably want to adjust your judgment timing. So, as this is a level 23, it starts testing much more of your skills. Previous 3 songs, they mostly concentrated on 1 or 2 skills. Here you will see brackets, you will see small runs, you will see twists, you will see drills, you will see pretty much all of it. And the higher you get in Pump It Up, the more skills you need to learn. Highest level players are very versatile players. But don't worry, you don't have to get up there. If you feel comfortable somewhere in the middle range, you can just play wherever makes you happy. There are lots of difficulties in pretty much every range, so there's stuff for anyone to enjoy this game.
Right, there's a little bit of everything for everyone.
And if you don't feel like playing on the platform, reminder, there is a Steam version nowadays, which you can play on your keyboard.
Yep, if you want to check out Pump It Up Rise on Steam, it is out on early access. And they recently pushed out a pretty big update for it too. Don't worry, there's nothing wrong with your sound. It's just that's just how the song is.
Yeah, Waspy is known for his drum and bass, and this is a really good example of his earlier works.
Yeah, Vospy has been around the scene for a while too. He also plays this game.
Yeah, he was the country representative at WPF 2005. WPF used to be World Pump It Up Festival organized by Endemir, so they selected representatives from several countries and they went to one spot and competed together. Not a thing nowadays, sadly, but used to be fun.
Yeah, that's I imagine that's kind of hard to pull off, like an international
Yeah,
tournament like that nowadays.
Yeah, flying international is expensive.
And we got a lot of single-digit judgments, which is that is actually really good.
Yeah, that's a really fast song and there's lots of tricky stuff, so there were very few non-perfects. Great play. Do we have any more messages from the host?
We absolutely do. We got a $5.68 donation from Anonymous. No comment, but that is a very specific number because that has quite tied up our poll between Fever and Chill. It put Fever 1 cent above Chill. So thank you very much, Anonymous, for doing maybe the funniest possible thing with that donation.
I respect it. I respect that.
Always like that 1 cent difference. This showcase is full of classics because this is another classic.
Moonlight is, I think it's personally is one of my favorite classical Banya remixes, especially like in the breakdown, like when the guitar breaks out. You'll hear it. But this
Yeah,
slowdown
Moonlight
is especially in this chart. This chart is new in Phoenix, I believe,
Yeah.
and it's slow,
Yeah, it's Phoenix.
and it's a funny slowdown. I'm just gonna say that.
It's even slower than it used to be in other step charts.
Right. I remember we were calculating like how exactly slow this is, and it wasn't like twice as slow or exactly like 4 times as slow. It was like some weird fraction decimal. We did a lot of funny math.
I remember in the tournament, 2 players got to play Moonlight as 19, and one player just set his speed to 8x so he could read slowdown and read the rest of the chart from another person's screen.
Oh my goodness.
All those tournament strats.
That's it. That's quite the strat right there. But we're jumping right into Moonlight.
Yeah, so this is a new step chart because some of the older songs, they just didn't get harder stuff because it was not a thing back in the day. And this is from 2006-ish, from Zero. So the song itself is really old, and it used to cap at 21.
Yeah.
But now they added double 24, and this chart is hard. While it still keeps the spirit of older stuff, it uses a lot of modern takes on it.
Right. Yeah, this song notoriously has been known for like its slowdown in the middle. So like all of its classic like harder charts, like as we're seeing right here, that's the slow part that you gotta prepare for. Phoenix, when it was released, they actually went in and adjusted a lot of the older charts, and fortunately or unfortunately, depending on where you stand on this, they either removed or significantly reduced or like adjusted a lot of the gimmicks in like many of the older charts. But for songs like this, they actually kept Moonlight's charts for most of the charts like as is. They're like, hey, this slowdown is way too iconic for us to remove.
Yeah.
So. And then they made a new chart, and it was like, hey, I'm keeping the slowdown here. So,
I think the hardest part in the slowdown is not even how slow it is, but that it follows the sound that you can't really hear in the arcade. It follows the background bass, and in some places it just ends the rhythm. So you also have to keep that in mind and can't just read it.
Yeah, I imagine that
It's
could be a
hard.
challenge, especially if you're playing at like a crowded arcade and like all the sounds are trying to drown each other out, and you do the crowd and stuff. So.
Really great job.
Only 6 missions on level 24. That's impressive. That's really impressive. Considering how fast and wide the movement was at the end. Like, it's only 180 BPM, so you may think it's not that fast. But it throws you from one side to another, and you have to put a lot of weight on your arms. If you don't have arm strength, you will just get stuck.
For sure. This game wants you to move.
Yeah, especially on doubles. In harder levels, you either get some very, very hard twists, or you get some long runs. So you get stuff like this, flying from one side to the other.
Level 24, level 25.
Ah, yes, Cleaner.
Yes, another older song.
Yeah,
used
this
to be
artist back then would, well, I guess now would always think of like funny names for his songs. So like this first, very first song in Pump was Vacuum, which was basically the prequel to Cleaner. And that was
Funny
like
enough,
from a year before, and then now we have Cleaner, and then we have a remix called Vacuum Cleaner. And it just doesn't end with the guy. So
Yeah, funny enough, I think Doin said that Cleaner was composed before Vacuum.
I could see that. Yeah.
And then we have ASDF. When you don't know how to name your song, just slap on the keyboard.
I think with that song, I remember it was because he was going through on his Twitter, just like explaining all of his origins of like his songs and his names, and apparently ASDF was just basically just like it was like he asked his brother what he should name the song, and he was like, I don't know, I guess this, and just slapped the keys, and then that's how we have the song. I'm like, that's amazing.
That reminds me of a story how the country of Oz's name was born.
Yeah.
Or to see where letters on the file drawer. So yeah, some names come from really weird origins. Yeah, this is level 25 and it's really hard. It's 200 BPM with a small tail. And there's a lot going on even in the first half. Imagine how hard will be the second half with how Pump It Up makes the step charts. If this is just the beginning, what waits us in the end? Look at this big one. And even brackets coming from the run. You have to move really fast. At least some holds in the middle give you life bar, but once those holds are over, everything you get is yours. Here, just small break.
Yeah, you could
So
say
catch
this
your
is.
breath and get ready.
Yeah, it's the thing about these hard charts is it's just kind of weird for a lot of like just like spectating, especially if you're not at this high level play. But like it's like, hey, there's your break. That's probably your only actual break in the entire song.
Some charts don't even get that.
No,
like
no,
Conflict.
yeah, it's they just want you to suffer the whole way.
In Conflict, drills are your break. Look at those drills. 200 BPM 16th note drills and with brackets in it. And then flying at the end and some bracket mess, which you have to pretty much know where to go.
Yeah, so those are what we call like the garbled mess at the very end. That's what we call like rolling brackets. So they're
Wow.
like regular brackets, but it's just kind of
Well-
like they're weird.
Sorry, I'm gonna stop you for a second, but this is a PB 2 misses in a marathon setting. This is amazing play.
Oh, wow.
I'm just speechless. This is awesome.
That is. We got a
Zillo,
nice.
Zillo was very happy with this.
We got a nice max combo of 999.
Yeah, consider Zillo's been playing for almost an hour to this point, and with no breaks and keep going and going, and this is a personal best.
Level 26 over.
And the best part is the score can be saved to the servers because he's not playing on event mode.
Yep.
So that's hype right there. And we are moving up
Well,
one level up.
yeah. Yeah, and this is the last song in the main showcase, but since we met the incentives, there will be one more song after this. Another very fast song, 232 BPM. And unlike Windmill that we've seen earlier, in this one, there will be actual long 16th note runs. So, Zillow has to push chat, please send Zillow lots of energy, lots of speed.
I am raising my hands up to the sky as we speak, like just it's almost like sending your spirits and your energy to Goku. Zillow is our Goku tonight.
I'm clenching my fists here for him to play good.
I don't have the hair, man.
Oh, you'll get there.
Anyways, this song was added to the game just recently and it came from mobile version of Pump It Up that sadly is discontinued now. It's by European composer Kuro Kotei. She has some great music and we're really happy this song was added, but it's also really hard because how fast it is and how intense
for
the song
sure.
is. We have one other song from Kuro Kotei, but that one is more questionable. It's more of a meme song than meme as in meme E song.
Yeah, I remember her saying that she didn't like the song herself either, which kind of says a
Yeah.
lot. So
Well, people love memes, so we have Galaxy collapse
yeah,
now.
just let the kids have this one. It's like okay.
Well, at least we don't have Freedom Dive, and hopefully it stays that way.
All right, here we go.
Let's go. Let's go. So this song has pretty slow beginning. It's starting somewhat chill, but it will keep the pace really fast. Enjoy your calm before the storm while you can. And what you think could be like rest is not actually rest in level 26. You have brackets, you still have to move, and that movement is pretty wide. So what ZELLLOO is trying to do here, he wants to get as much life bar as he can before going into the hard part. In Pump It Up, in higher difficulties, there is overflow of the life bar part you can't see, but experienced players roughly know how much there is. So you want to get more life bar if you want to pass the song without fail. But this is level 26, and honestly passing it without fail is really hard.
Yeah, this chart just kind of throws everything at you.
Small bracket bursts, wide twists, and here goes the run. Reminder, this is 232 BPM and this is 16 knots at this speed.
Yeah, that's really fast. It's hard to move like quick there too. Oh, he's trying to save his life bar right here.
I think that was close. It's hard to tell.
And that is really hard to tell. Yeah.
Yes, the lowest end of the Pump It Up life bar is very tight.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a really good play. Just by a hair did not stage pass the song. Really good play. ZELLLOO kept up, but the small burst right after the real that's pretty hard.
Yeah. So you probably notice the cracked gray letters. That means that your life bar dropped entirely at some point in your song. That's what we call like a life bar, like a stage fail, basically.
Yeah, and as I said before, in Pump It Up, if you play in premium mode, your song will not be over if you drop life bar to 0. You will just see broken grade and no words underneath it.
So that's time
but
on
that's
the
okay.
Main showcase. So I will play the boss song that y'all donated for in just a bit. Probably take it away with some announcements real quick while I catch my breath.
Yeah, absolutely. I would just like to remind everybody that we are raising money for Gate, and while this is our last run of the evening, we have so much more for you tomorrow, so be sure to tune in to Fast Pace for Pride 2025. We are well on our way to smashing that next milestone. All of our poll is just about tied up. We have plenty of time, one might say several hours on that target, but y'all give some love up because this has been an incredible run so far. So much fun to watch. I am out of breath watching it, so I can't even imagine how hard it's been to perform. And this last song, I'm expecting great things, so take it right on away.
Thank you very much. I want to talk about this remix a bit. So this is Error Code 0. So in Pump It Up, we have normal arcade length songs, which are what you expect, 1.5 to 2.5. We also have different categories. We have shortcuts, which are songs that are edited to about 1 minute. Full songs of licensed songs, which can be anywhere from 3 to 6 minutes. And then we have remixes, which is what this is. Remixes are where we take a bunch of songs in the game and mash them together. So this, for Error Code 0, is several of Doan's songs all mixed together. And we already played Further earlier in the marathon. You will hear a little bit of that, but you're going to hear all these other Doan songs all mashed together to make one long continuous song. This is a level 27. This is one of the easiest. 27s are still really hard, and I have not passed one yet. I am very close to passing this one. I will do everything in my power to try and just stay alive and see if I can pass. Is it going to happen? I don't know. We're going to find out, but I'm going to let Vincent and Haru take it away, and I'm just going to mentally prep myself before I jump in.
27 and easy in one sentence. It's like a paradox.
Don't you worry, I already have my arms raised again, sending him all my energy and water.
Energy, energy. Well, it's not good to drink too much water right before you play.
Right.
You just need a bit to keep your mouth hydrated, but don't get too much, it's not good. Water afterwards. Water is your reward. Anyways, Endermirror seconds are not real life seconds, they're about 1.5 real life
Right.
seconds, so that timer was long, but Zero said, sadly or happily, has to start the song in about 5.
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1, pump! Good luck. Yeah, remixes usually don't have a dedicated background video, but this one does. And when they were releasing this song, they did some teaser puzzles on YouTube, so people would guess what songs will be in the remix. It was really fun to play.
Yeah, remixes are like these are a really special treat in the game.
Yeah, this one in particular because it does have a dedicated background. And I don't know if they planned it, but the background parts fit pretty well together. It almost makes a conscious story. So reminder, the song just started and you already see this many arrows. That's level 27 for you. It's top of the scale, just one level below the hardest, and there's only 3, I believe, hardest 28 in the game.
Oh, saved his life partner just. And it is only the first half of the
Yeah,
the
it's only
the game is
first half.
glitching out.
But gladly there are some holds, so the life bar is restored, and there is a bit of overflow here. So this part is a bit of a break in how Breaker can be in level 27.
Yeah,
So
relative to
slightly
difficulty,
easier.
Yeah.
It's slightly easier than the harder parts, let's say so. But that's your chance to get some life bar and get your perfect. And get some breathe in and out. Don't hold your breath when you're playing. You need to breathe to keep your brain fully working. If you don't have oxygen in your brain, that's not good. And brain is important because even seeing those arrows, you have to process them and not just run like in some other games. You block in and you go. You have to think. Pump it up as brain hard as it is stamina hard.
Goodness, just the bracketing and the runs together, and just we got the bracket
Yeah.
drills.
A bit of life bar here, and we're going into the final part, the hardest part of this section.
So close. So
It was
close.
like 2 measures away from the end. Zillooo was so close to stage passing it. He really pushed with everything he got. You can see he's burned out, but
Still such an impressive run on this though.
that
It's
was
not an
amazing
easy
play.
feat.
Chat, let's clap for Zillooo. Let's send him all the congratulations. This is end of the bonus time, and this was amazing performance. Really great showcase, and Zillooo pushed this one.
Oh, for sure. This because his last set was brutal, honestly.
Yeah, and remember, he's tired because he was playing for a whole hour and he was playing really hard and fast things, and to show this level of performance being so tired, this is amazing. Thank you so much, Zillooo, for this awesome showcase.
I'm tired. I don't have anything else to say.
If you have any final shout outs, now is the
My
time.
legs and my brain. because thank y'all for being here for this. But doing an hour of Doom and then doing an hour of Pump is not the easiest thing in the world. But really, thank the entire fast-paced events team for having me aboard for not one but 2 runs. Some of my favorite ones to do. I just want to say, like, big shout outs to Ann and Miro as well, because they've put up with a lot with this game, and it's arcade music games are in such a fickle spot because the arcade industry as a whole is very hard for dance games and music games in general to stay in business with. But the dev team that's at Animiro, they are passionate. They've been able to keep this game alive for us to enjoy for over 25 years now, and hopefully many, many more to come. Like Vincent and Haru said earlier, if you'd like to play this game at home, there is Pump It Up Rise. It's in early access. It's more of a hand-focused game, but it's a good way to kind of dip your toes in. And you can find arcade cabinets ranging from many different Pump versions, just pretty much anywhere. Hopefully we will have a new game next year, new mix, and everyone will get to be able to play this more. Haru and Vincent, do you all want to say anything else before I get final shoutouts?
Yes, special shoutouts to Jamie and Dasu, trans rights, and thank you for having us. Thank you for having ZELLLOO. It was amazing performance.
Yeah, I gotta say thank you for fast-paced events for having us. Thank you, ZELLLOO and Haru, my dance game parents for inviting me to commentate, and thank you all. Trans rights are human rights. Please look after one another. We live in such turbulent times, and for sure you are donating to such a fantastic cause.
Yes, thank you.
So thank you all again.
Thank you. Yeah, trans rights all around, especially since I live in Texas. I know it's one of the worst states for minorities to thrive in, but we do what we can to make the world a better place for everyone. So if you are ever struggling, you get with a community that supports you and you stick with them, and we will stick by you. Especially, I want to give quick, very important shout outs to both Vincent and Haru. Vincent being longtime friend and coworker, and also Haru for being longtime friend, coworker, and loving wife who has supported me with this game. We met through this game, and it's these kinds of games change people forever in such wonderful ways. So thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for being here. Please tune in for more runs tomorrow. But until then, I'm gonna go dip my legs in the shower so they don't scream.
Well, thank you so much, ZELLLOO, for that incredible run. Like, frankly,